today's session, we're going to talk about the events that are available within in event management and understanding a little bit about what it is that they do and how they operate. So without further ado, let's get into the detail. With event management, we've got an event that is planned to occur, and then we also have the event that actually occurs. And there's a very important distinction between the two, the planned versus the execution. With the planned events, we need to understand what the timing is, who the partner is that's going to be executing that event, the location of that event, and maybe any of the measurements that need to also be planned at that particular time, right? So what is the temperature that is required to be when a particular event needs to occur? When we measure a planned event versus the actual event, we can break those down into 4 different categories, if you will. I have described those 4 different categories with these 5 swim lanes, right? The first category would be a regular event. This is any event that actually occurs within the window of our planned execution time for that particular event, right? So most events, we don't expect them to happen at the split second, the down to the hour, the minute, and the second as to exactly when it should happen. So that's why we give it a bit, a window of time. So an hour, several hours, even days, for something to occur. And if an event actually occurs within that time window, then we deem that to be a regular event. A good event, something that we would just maybe adjust the status for, report on, but not take any exception to that. The next 2 swim lanes there, the early and late, describe an event that either occurs before that time window or after the time window. Both of these could be seen as bad events or exception events, something that we'd need to take action on, especially if you're talking about a delivery window to a customer. If you arrive early, to the customer may not be open. If you arrive late, the customer may not be open to receive those goods. So both of those are exceptions. Both of those are missing our targets from a service level agreement perspective. So we would maybe want to capture that fact for analytical purposes, as well as take, as I said, corrective action or maybe even send out an apology to the customer to say we missed what we promised you. The third category would be where there isn't an expectation of an event to occur, but the event does actually occur, right? So an unexpected event occurs, something like a delay, maybe there was a truck accident or something where that caused the delay in the delivery of a parcel. We would capture that fact, but there isn't a plan for that particular event to occur. The fourth and final category of these events are when the planned window of execution comes and goes and we simply don't receive an event, right? So that's what we term as an unreported event. And again, we need to react to that, manage that as an exception, and also capture it for further analytical purposes. Because anytime we miss our service level agreement with a customer or our vendor, then we need to react to that accordingly, measure it, and put some performance improvement things in place. All right, so now that you understand a little bit more about the 4 types of events in event management, we'll be taking you to a little bit more detail in the next session, where we're going to deal with the differences between events and event messages.